Lucky find.
Do this to themselves. I warn them.
I'll purge you myself, you pointy-eared witch.
Magisters circle an elf, weapons drawn. The hound barks to draw their attention.
Sir, we've got company.
Ah, planning an ambush with this scion, were you? The witch don't fool me. She's wrecked this ship by herself, with a collar on.
I tell you, I am no witch. The spores do this. If I do not find the rest...
Store the elven hedge magic. Weren't much use when we flooded your forest with death fog, were it? Lucian said it was a necessary evil. Me? I was just sorry we didn't get the lot of you.
You. I try to give you a chance. More than your divine order give mine.
Oh, sir. Her armor!
The scion twitches in sudden rage, and her armor uncoils, as if made of living vines.
No more chances.
Got a new stick for you to chew on.
elf murmurs, stroking her armor as if soothing a wild beast. It is incomplete, and made, it seems, from the vines themselves. The elf murmurs, stroking her armor as if soothing a wild beast. It is incomplete, and made, it seems, from the vines themselves.
The spores grieve. They wish only to create, not kill. This is why they grow armor from the vines, do you see? To protect me. It is the Magisters who destroy, who separate the spores, anger them. A sad thing, even so. The spores are created. I find them. Hope they can restore the ancestor trees lost in the war. But the Magisters chain me and send my spores away. For study. And in wrong hands.
She gestures at the entangled corpses, vines still spattering gore onto the deck.
Black pits and arcs. Far places, yes. The presence within wakes. Perhaps then it truly speaks as the ancestor trees do. I find its spore mates and see. You help enough. My armor guides me now, and it is eager to be gone. I hope one day you visit my homeland, where the ancestor trees bloom once more.
The elf murmurs.
The spore. This is why it is the Magisters who destroy, who separate the spores. A sad thing, even so. I find that the Magisters chain me and send my spores away.
She gestures at the entangled corpses, vines still spattering gore onto the...
Black pits. The present, perhaps then it truly speaks as the ancestor trees do. I find it spore mates and see. After all you hear, you think only to take. Just another thief. Another...
The elf murmurs.
It is the Magisters who destroy, who separate. A sad thing, I find that the
She gestures at the entangled corpses, vines...
Black pits, the present. It does not matter. My spores go. It is impatient to be gone. But I think...
A snarl of vines snakes upward from the corpse. After a moment, you realize the gruesome truth. They're not entangling the corpse, but bursting from it. The vines bear unmistakable signs of old elven magic, the likes of which science once used to make entire forests spring to life. The vines have split the corpse's chest with incredible force. The vines encircle a rough depression, as if something held there was violently torn free. Before you even registered the cool flesh, the vines lash. They pulse, tightening mercilessly, and release you, withdrawing sluggishly, as if sated, for now.
Go! Get out! You are not welcome here! Go, man-pig!
She eyes you.
Please. Please.
We already know the truth, Magister. Now speak.
I am a proud loyal to the Order. I would not dream of subverting our cause.
Atusa, please.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think the fate of our realm hangs in the balance. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The Lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
These creatures are so prone to violence. Naturally, the weaker specimens suffer.
saw 'em, didn't you? The Hammer and Alexander. They gave that scaly traitor what? 'Tis a misfortune, brother. You lot can't help your condition, but at least the humans of you ain't celebrating the source plague. Bishop's a son of the dead divine. Don't know when. And the Hammer's a solid sort. Don't take no guff and don't stand for no idling. During the time of Lucian, of course. Who wouldn't join up with God himself? When we lost him, well, it only made sense to see his will through. Lucian gave his life to protect Rivellon. Fort Joy ain't no summer camp. No one said can't for certain. But I reckon when God himself gives his life, so that's what we do. When you give up the darkness that's inside you. Take your fault, it's there, mine. But it's there all the same. They're working on a cure for you even now. Got some good leads.
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. Wonder what's behind the masks, too. That, Magister, that was Bishop Alexander, leader of the Divine Order, and his right hand, Dallas. How do you not know this? Better get to it, then.
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself, they were so close. A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due. Easy enough to say in times of peace. The Void Woken are coming, sir.
Mummy's right here. Where are you?
A fella can't hear himself think with all this racket. You hear that, Farah? You got to cut that out. What's happened to you?
Known her all my life. Her little girl Irma, too. Farah was a straight-shooting woman in those days, but now she's madder and a cuckoo and twice as loud.
What else do you call hollering after a ghost? That child of hers she's shouting after has been dead and buried, and there ain't no amount of hollering that'll bring her back.
Please, please, you must help me. No one here will help me. Not one of them. Oh, bless you, bless you. Irma's her name. She's about as high as your hip. I'm sick with worry. Completely sick. And no one in this damn camp will lift a finger to help me find her. This place turns people cold. Cold and wicked. That last saw her just here, near 3 days ago. She was playing with her little doll, and I was washing out her tunic. Yes, of course. Here, you should take it with you. When you find her...
She soaks up a...
She ought to come with you then. She ought to follow you back to me. You are an angel. Truly you are.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your 5th blue jester this round.
Where are you?
Farah, she ain't coming back.
Don't like the game, Topsy, you can fold.
No, just 'cause the pair of you are filthy cheating liars don't mean I can't beat ya.
A little respect for Griff's right hand, Topsy girl.
Right hand, my winker. Fella's got more right
Greetings, child. I find myself in your so-called divine lands, yet I feel his absence deep in my heart all the same. You may feel like an inmate here, but you and your...
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your 5th blue jester this round.
Looky here, mates. A fresh... Why don't you join us in a round of cards? First hands on the house. Chuff to you, cheat.
You glance at your hand. 2 purple monarchs. A hard hand to beat.
Quite the hand, Freshy. Unfortunately, 2 is less than 5, and that's how many purples I've got. I reckon that makes me the winner. I'll be having your fee then. I'm sure the Reg told you. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's make this easy. Empty your pockets. Are you really gonna make this so hard, Freshie? We'll see about that, Freshie.
Lest. Our Father, who presideth over us all.
You there, lizard? I'm looking for an inmate. A smallish man, thick. Have you seen him? None of your business, inmate. Find me if you hear of a...
She's gone, Farah. Gone!
The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe.
Quiet! Better if they don't take notice. They'll only make it... I can't...
Her hands move again to her throat. She seems to try to make...
So the void woken are attracted to source. But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sources? Why hasn't Alexander risen yet?
Ho ho! Ain't come to shake me down for my knickers, have you? You're all I got left after your buddies were through with me. That's so. Huh. You look just like 'em.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone? It's just, I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. Oh, noble. But after them, good luck with your friends, though.
Irma, where are you, darling?
Farah. She ain't coming back.
Come on. This is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a chick.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no...
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before...
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
Burrow looks you both up and down.
Ah, get out of here.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down.
Good work there. Good work.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours. He grips your hand tight.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I've just got a small errand to run. And then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here, while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place? The usual way. Haphazard, terrified. 2 heads are better than 1. And when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
He grins, sharp.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strat. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wave can do...
He scans the horizon for...
Right you are. Lead the...
I saw what you did there, convincing Burrow not to lay the law down on that elf. Why? Then you're in the wrong place. We...
You gonna pray all day, buddy? Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves...
Back then, I was... you. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape? Me too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean. I heard the same thing. Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only...
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy... She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eye. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours. Light suddenly flashes back into her face.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Ah, it's nothing really. It's just... I'm just a bit... well, a bit... hospitable? Ha! What I mean is, look, you've never been a... But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied. Now, isn't that just the question of the hour? I can't be sure just yet. So, how are you enjoying the joy? Yeah? I was just thinking the same sort of thing. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that. It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few. Lately, I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal. Whatever your little black heart sounds fine. So, we're good, yeah? Hey, wait a sec. It looks like you have all the company you need. Maybe another time, when you're a bit more on the lonely side. Till then.
Bow your head, please! If we chant the endless prayer, the next divine will ascend! It isn't the words you speak, but rather that you speak them. Prophecy says that only our devotion will restore him to us. So do I. By the divine, so do I. Some blame the Voidwoken for Alexander's failure to ascend.
Bloody cavies. Too big for their boots, as usual. They ought to keep out of our hair if they don't want to pay for them. You know, elves, dwarfs,
Where's the oil?
Here's the goods. Like you wanted.
Got it.
So, perhaps if
Hey! You're a little light. Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means.
Let's just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Maybe I happen to... Only the finest, you know.
Ain't fit for beasts. Ain't fit for beasts. Ain't fit for beasts. Worse than war rations, these.
I know that look well enough. You're about to pop, ain't ya? Why don't you enter a match and let some of that frustration out? You'll find out. Down the...
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with dice. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel that...
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time, I'll let my needle do the licking. But you did, and now the...
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still... Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Because it is my desire to question him. You see, once upon a bad old time, but now I'm free. I intend to raise the subject with him.
She drives the needle in...
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
A bright sparkle of laughter.
Ha! How amusing. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? Escape. How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided deers around here. Well played. Oh, little needle mine. You know what? Today is a rather fine day. I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Let's discuss our respective roles, then. You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide-and-seek. As a rogue, my speciality is stealth. The quick silence of the dagger suits me fine. Lead on, or then follow me. But wait, you seem to have quite a few followers.
Is it not enough that you travel with me? Go on then, bark away. Let's see if we can find any method in it.